Alrighty, good morning, everybody. Good morning and welcome to the stream. How's everybody doing today? I hope that you're doing well. I'm doing a little bit better. I'm not 100% yet, but my voice is actually working today for the first time in 3 days. As you can hear, it is still a little bit swollen and a little bit annoying, but at the same time, I can talk. As you can hear, yes, finally. Last night it was pretty bad, but I tried to relax my voice as much as I possibly could overnight, and it seems to be at least, semi working today, which is good, right? That's good stuff. And I'm back. I'm ready for a full day of fun gameplay streaming for all you guys. I hope you guys are ready too for the fun. What are we doing today? Let's talk a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about my Twitch channel as well and some upcoming changes that may be happening because I guess they're updating Twitch soon to have a new channel layout, supposedly. That's what I was told in an email a few weeks ago, and I've completely forgot to talk about it publicly. But let's talk about today. Today, Final Fantasy VII Remake continuing. We're still in chapter, it's either 8 or 9. I'm not sure which chapter we're in. We're in the slums again, but we're in a different part of the slums from the earlier game, doing side quests. And I'm still having fun with it. I hope you guys are enjoying it. It's been a pretty good playthrough so far. I do believe today is going to be the segment that I've been referencing as the cringeworthy segment. For those who don't know why, you're going to see why. And don't worry, I will fully explain my thoughts about that segment when we get to it. Okay? The good news is hopefully it's not like a super long segment. In the original game, it was maybe 45 minutes. I'm thinking it's probably going to be about an hour or two, considering they stretched everything out in this game. But, we'll see how they tackle it in this game. I've heard mixed things about it. I've heard very mixed things about it. So, I want to see for myself today firsthand how this segment is handled. And obviously clarify my thoughts about it, since some people are spreading misinformation, which is no surprise. This is what people tend to do, is spread tons of misinformation. And obviously, I don't want that to happen. I want people to know what's really going on and why this was one of the segments of Final Fantasy VII that originally I hated. Okay? Okay. So that's going to be today's Final Fantasy segment, Final Fantasy VII stream. We'll see how far we get today. Later tonight, it's my weekly throwback session of old school Street Fighter. Hopefully, we can get some good matches in. Recently, it's been kind of hit or miss. 2 weeks ago, we couldn't get, barely any matches. Last week, we got some good matches, but then all of a sudden, about 3/4 through the stream, it kind of crapped out and I couldn't get matches again. So, I guess we'll see how it goes tonight. And certainly, I'm hoping for the best, the best possible experience, but sadly, you don't get that really with the Anniversary Collection. But, we'll see. Let's see how it goes tonight, okay? Tomorrow, we're going to swing back to Neo 2 as the main gameplay stream. And then tomorrow night, it's going to be my weekly Morrowind chill stream, okay? Elder Scrolls 3. Sunday, more Final Fantasy VII paired with more Animal Crossing New Horizons, okay? And then on Monday, more Neo 2 and my weekly Minecraft stream, okay? Then I'm off on Tuesday. Now, the way that the next week goes is going to be directly dependent on your feedback. All right, here's what I mean by that. The Viewer's Choice poll has concluded. You guys have been voting for several weeks on what games you want to see me do for Viewer's Choice. And after eliminating many, many, many fake votes, there were many bot accounts and things in there that were fake voting and trying to skew the results are in. The winner is Banjo-Tooie, and the second place is Fire Emblem Three Houses. Now, the good news about this is, number one, Banjo-Tooie, I already have, and people have been asking me for that for years, ever since I played the original Banjo. They wanted to see Banjo-Tooie. And Fire Emblem Three Houses is a series that people love Fire Emblem. They absolutely love Fire Emblem. They want to see, me play a Fire Emblem game. When this game came out last year, people were dying to see it, and I didn't play it. So it's going to be a cool opportunity for me to finally understand what is the Fire Emblem series. Much like I've had exposure to other series like Persona, Danganronpa, Spyro the Dragon, amongst many, many others over the years. Oh, Yakuza was one of them that I never played before, didn't know what it was. So, finally, I'll get some exposure to a franchise I have zero experience with, okay? So that should be fun. Now, here's the thing. these games that I'm currently playing, Final Fantasy VII and Neo 2, are very lengthy games. You know, Neo 2, I've now played, I believe, like 45 hours, and people are telling me I'm about halfway through. I'm like, oh my god, boy, did they make a long game. Okay? So knowing that, and knowing that we've still got a ways to go with Final Fantasy VII, you know, I think people are saying probably at this point I'll be around halfway through after today's stream. More than likely, even if I played these as the main featured streams, I wouldn't beat one of these games for about another week to week and a half. Okay? But for variety's sake, I do want to start one of the viewers' choices playthroughs, which would be Banjo-Tooie, because that's the one that won the votes. That's the one that I would play first. However, okay, there is another game coming out this week, and it's really the last new release that I was kind of interested in as a major release for this month. It's called Trials of Mana. What it is they've taken Secret of Mana 3, which up to this point was only released in Japan. They've modernized the game. They turned it into a modern action RPG, and they're releasing it now for Western audiences, you know, in English. And I'm excited for that because, you know, Secret of Mana is a great series. I played Secret of Mana 1 Remake. Well, it wasn't really a remake. It was more like a remaster a few years ago. And even though I was frustrated that they fucked up the end with the autosave and I couldn't beat the game because they really screwed it up the ending, I really enjoyed the game. So I definitely want to play Trials of Mana. Now, here's the thing. I understand I'm already playing Final Fantasy VII Remake, right? So my question is, this week coming up, should I start Banjo-Tooie and, you know, wedge that into the schedule of games, or should I start Trials of Mana? Okay, I don't know. I don't know how long Trials of Mana is. I don't know how long Banjo-Tooie is. You know, I really don't know, factoring in a new game into the schedule, how that's going to affect things. Okay? So, that being said, I'm looking for your feedback. And here's what happened. Yesterday on the main gameplay stream, I said, what should I do? Most people said Trials of Mana. Then last night on the Animal Crossing stream, I said, what should I do? Most people said Banjo-Tooie. And I'm like, well, crap. Already we got people who aren't agreeing and are kind of split. So there's not much I can say about that besides, I don't know. I'm going to keep asking you guys. I'm going to keep looking for feedback. And I'm going to try to get your feedback based on what you say on streams, and hopefully I'll have some thought about it over the week, and then maybe next week we'll have one of those games start up as part of the gaming schedule. Okay? Oh, really? Order 66 Survivor just said that Trials of Mana actually has 6 characters. You pick 3 of them, and you can actually replay the game and get a different story if you play with the other characters. That's interesting. Now, obviously, I wouldn't be doing multiple playthroughs from the launch. Maybe I would, in the future, do a second playthrough with the other 3 characters, right, to see the rest of the story. That's kind of neat. Okay. Thank you for that info, Order 66 Survivor. All right, so I got a lot to think about. And again, I'm going to be fielding your feedback. Every day I'm going to be bringing this up on the pre-streams, guys. Okay, so for this week, Final Fantasy VII, Neo 2, balanced with my chill late night streams. Next week, there will be a new game starting up. All right, I'm not sure if it's going to be Trials of Mana or Banjo-Tooie. We're going to see. All right, now, in regards to Fire Emblem, before everyone starts getting anxious, Fire Emblem Three Houses is going to happen. It's going to happen once one of these major releases that I'm playing gets finished. So whether it's Final Fantasy VII or Neo 2, you know, when one of those wraps up, then Fire Emblem will begin. All right? Some people have already asked, will Fire Emblem be a main gameplay stream or will it be a night stream? It's going to start off as a main gameplay stream, and we're going to see how it does. If it ends up not doing so well, then it might go to a night stream. So it all depends on how it holds itself down as a main stream. Okay? Now, there's some other things that I'd like to do coming up as well. The Modern Warfare 2 remastered campaign was released. I would eventually like to do that. The Control DLC was released at the end of March. I would eventually like to do that. And this was just announced at the end of this month, guys. Streets of Rage, a new one. I think it's Streets of Rage 4 or 5. I don't know exactly what the number is actually coming out. And this is an online cooperative beat 'em up. If you guys never played the classic Streets of Rage, I played them all, and they're quite good games. In fact, I was playing Streets of Rage 2 on the Genesis Mini, but got to the end and the game was handing me my ass, so I stopped playing it. I could try to beat that at some point. For what I'm supposed to understand, the game has 2-player online co-op only. That's disappointing, because Streets of Rage, you want at least like 3 or 4-player co-op. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if it's a modernized Streets of Rage, you would hope they would have got the online co-op down. Apparently they didn't. It's only 2-player online co-op. So I am a little disappointed in that regard. I was hoping it was going to be like 3 players. So we'll see, but that's the end of April. I think it's April 30th, and I am definitely interested in playing that, but we all know side-scrolling beat-em-ups aren't very long. That might be like 1 stream, maybe 2 tops, So that's what I'm thinking of for gameplay for the rest of this month. Next month, of course, we have potential for a lot of other new stuff coming up, but we'll talk about that when we get closer to it. I should throw this out there, too, because I haven't really mentioned this at all. Basically, hold on. Basically, now I got derailed by someone in stream chat. I'm sorry, I was reading stream chat, now I'm fucking distracted. Now, what was I gonna say? I don't know. Let's get on to the other subject I wanted to talk about on the pre-stream. So, supposedly, coming up soon, Twitch is going to launch a new channel layout. What that means is that when you come to view my streams on Twitch, it's going to look different, okay? It's going to have a different view to it. And supposedly, it's going to have a new interactive schedule where every day I'm going to have a panel where I'm going to be able to update the schedule with just basic plugging in some data and saving it. Right now, it's not like that. Right now, it's like very manual-based panels that aren't very good. And quite frankly, the schedules don't stand out. Like, I had a schedule down there. I just stopped updating it because no one was looking at it anyway. But if they have an actual dedicated, here's the streaming schedule, you know what I mean? I could actually update that. Already, every night I do a Twitter schedule. But what I could start doing is, instead of doing the Twitter schedule, I could update the stream schedule and just post that stream schedule on Twitter. You see what I mean? So if they actually start doing this in a nice manner where it looks good and it's easy to update and everything, then I will use that. I've actually wanted something like that for years. Like, I don't know why they don't have something here to put a schedule. It just doesn't make sense. Back in the day on YouTube, so we're talking way back in the day, like 10 years ago, before they completely screwed up YouTube, they used to actually have a schedule set area on your YouTube channel where you could post up, here's my projects coming up that I'm planning on doing. And then they got rid of it. They completely got rid of it. So, if and when this launches, which they're saying it is launching soon, I'm absolutely going to implement that and start updating that so you guys will know, just by taking a look at the channel, what's coming up. You won't have to go to my Twitter to see my upcoming schedule. You'll actually be able to just look at the channel. Oh, there it is at a glance. Okay? And yes, I am aware that there's a panel, there's a panel here on Twitch that I, at one point, was doing my schedule, and I stopped doing it. And I'm not going to probably resume that. It's a pain in the butt. No one looks at it anyway. I'm just going to wait for this formal schedule to launch. If you want to know what I'm up to on my streams, number one, my Twitter, @TheyCallMeDSP, is updated every single night, so you can check there. Or the exclamation point schedule command here in the stream chat on a daily basis will tell you what I'm doing that particular day. Okay, those are the 2 ways that you can check in on, what I'm doing here on Twitter. Fair enough? On Twitter, on Twitch. Someone just said Ghost of Tsushima was just officially delayed. Let me just check on that. I wouldn't doubt it. In fact, I almost guarantee it's true. Let's see here. Well, I don't see anything yet, but maybe it's just released news. No, I don't see it yet. Let me keep looking. No, I don't see it yet. So I guess it's not official yet. If it were officially released, it would be all over my social media feeds, and I don't see it yet. I get the feeling it's probably true. I've been expecting the announcement of Ghost of Tsushima to be delayed because they already delayed Last of Us 2. It's Sony. If Sony delayed one major IP, why wouldn't they delay the next other major IP that they were going to release, right? It makes sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I don't agree with the decisions to delay these games. I think they're absolutely fucking stupid. But, you know, it would make sense if they delayed the other one too, right? Okay. So that being said, guys, schedule for the next week is set, and hopefully Twitch will update soon with this new layout, and I'll let you know when it does. Okay? All right, and by the way, please continue to let me know between Banjo-Tooie or Trials of Mana which you would like to see me play starting next week. Fair enough? All right, let's continue. Let's move on to the next segment. Thank you guys for 11 awesome years that you've allowed me to be a content creator here on the internet. Every day, sharing my daily gameplay experiences with all of you, having fun, and, you know, in general, just enjoying myself and sharing my hobby with all of you has been an amazing experience. I realize I'm one of the very lucky people on planet Earth that gets to do his hobby as a job. You know, I have a passion for games. I've been a gamer since the 1980s, and it's amazing that I get to do this for a living. I never even intended for that to happen. It just kind of fell into my lap. So I'm grateful every day that I'm able to come here and stream and hang out with you guys. In addition to that, I'm incredibly grateful for the fact that I am able to continue to do this during the worldwide pandemic that we're all going through right now. I realize that many of us are locked at home and can't really do our usual stuff that we would be doing. And I am happy to be able to bring you entertaining and fun gameplay streams on a daily basis, you know, uninterrupted. Really, my schedule has not been interrupted by this stuff, and I'm very happy about that, that I could still bring you some relaxation and some separation from the stresses of real life with my daily streams, as people have told me these streams serve as, you know, that's what they do for them. So, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you for the ongoing support. Thanks for the fun social interaction, okay? Now, here in the modern day, I am a full-time streamer. That means that I rely primarily on crowdfunding during the live streams in order to make a living. So, if you like the fact that I'm here 6 days a week full-time streaming for all of you, if you like the fact that I am archiving all of my content over on DSPGaming on YouTube, so if you cannot catch this every day live, you can actually catch it on demand. And if you appreciate the fact that I'm toughing through having allergies and this throat all screwed up to be here for you guys, all right? If that's the case, then please consider contributing via one of the methods that I am going to outline in just a moment. However, that being said, please understand something up front. Contributions are greatly appreciated, but they are not mandatory on my streams. My streams are free to watch here on twitch.tv. They always have been. And I don't want anyone to get a misconception and think that if they cannot contribute during the live stream that they're the odd man out or they're not, you know, they're not doing their job. That's not the case. I'm perfectly happy to just hang out with you guys and have a good time every day, have fun social interactions. That's what this is all about. You know, on YouTube, I made gameplay videos for 2.5 years before I ever monetized a single one. And the reason I monetized it is because I lost my job. I needed a way to make money. All right. I would continue to stream in the future, even if I couldn't do this for a living. I would still keep streaming if I could. Albeit, you know, it would be a very reduced capacity from what I do today. But that's how much I love it, guys. All right. This is very much my passion and my hobby, and you know, along with my job. So please understand that nothing is expected, and the fact that you guys have been so overwhelmingly, amazingly positive, supporting the streams, you know, 34 freaking vest streak, guys. I mean, it's outstanding. And thank you so much for that. It is so appreciated what you do for me on a daily basis. Thank you for that, all right? But it's not mandatory. If you just want to hang out and, you know, don't feel bad, that's fine. You are definitely welcome on my streams, and I'm happy to have you, okay? Now, that being said, all right? That being said, if you can contribute and you would like to support please do. Here's how. First of all, I have a Patreon over at patreon.com/darksidephil. This is a pledge campaign where your pledges earn you personal perks dependent on how much you pledge. It is an ongoing monthly thing, by the way, recurring monthly thing. And I don't go into detail much about it on streams because all the information is publicly listed there. Please give it a look. Thanks to anyone who is a current pledgee. And thank you thank you very much to anyone who would even give it a look and consider pledging, as a newcomer as well. It's all appreciated. Thank you guys. I have a Teespring store where I sell all kinds of fun merchandise. It's primarily t-shirts, but there's other stuff there like hoodies and sweatshirts and stickers. Good quality stuff. If you buy something, you help me out, and you get a cool collectible, please give that a look, okay? If you're here live on the streams, chances are you're going to want to contribute via a way that's going to get you some interaction with me on the stream. So, if you either cheer with bits, or you subscribe to the channel, or you tip me during today's live stream, I will give you a thank you shout out, okay? Please be aware that you must be in line with the rules of the stream, meaning if you say something insulting, if you derail the stream with a giant paragraphs of nonsensical stuff that has nothing to do with what we're doing on stream, if you try to get me to say something that'll get me in trouble on Twitch, etc., common sense stuff. I'm not going to read it on stream. I'm not, committed to having to say or do anything on my streams. It's subjective. So, in general, most people get it, and we have a really good time interacting. At the top of your screens, there's a stream stats leaderboard. This I update periodically for things such as top cheerer of the day or top tipper of the day. All right, and that's a great way for you to get recognition. Excuse me. It's a great way for you to get recognition on the stream and a way of saying thanks, So please consider contributing in a method that would get you up on the leaderboard. In addition, there's 2 other leaderboards that are integrated here into Twitch. One is the top cheerers of the day, top cheerers of the week, and one is the top subscription gifters of the week. All right. So, other ways to contribute and get recognized as well that are integrated straight into Twitch. All right. So many ways to contribute, many ways to get recognized. That being said, folks, if you're wondering what's the best way to contribute, Phil, you just mentioned a million things, Patreon and Teespring, cheering, subbing, tipping. By far, tipping is the best way to help me because when you tip me, I get those funds immediately. I can put them towards something super important, like a payment coming up, buying a new game, grocery bill, etc. All the stuff, behind the scenes, a lot of stuff you don't need to know about is usually handled by tips on stream. So, if you tip me, you help out with all of that stuff. And I very much appreciate anyone who goes out of their way to tip me. Now, I'm not saying if you cheer or you sub or you pledge to Patreon, etc., that those things aren't good. They absolutely are. And they do help me in the long term. But those contribution methods basically have a processing time. Okay? I don't get any kind of positive benefit immediately, while tipping me does. I get positive contributions immediately where I can put them towards something important. Okay? So that being said, if you can today, please tip me. All right? If you can. No pressure if you can't. How do you tip? Below the stream, there's a tip jar button that you can click on, or you can type !tip into the stream chat, and that will actually bring up a link to go to my PayPal tips page. On my PayPal tips page, you can either, tip with a registered PayPal account, or you can use a debit or credit card. If you don't see the option to use a debit or credit card, more than likely you need to fully load the desktop version of the site for that to appear. So please, if you're on a mobile device, please be aware of that. And thanks, again, to anyone who even considers contributing. All right? Now, one thing that I want to say, guys, that's very important here, okay? I'm looking out for you guys. I want you guys to be protected. I want you to be in a safe environment. All right? And I basically want you to not have to worry about being harassed online because you're attending a stream or you're a frequent attendee or you're a contributor. That's the last thing that I want to happen to one of my viewers, all right? So as a PSA, public service announcement, every stream I usually have a couple suggestions for you guys. First of all, I strongly recommend you turn off private messages on Twitch. I don't feel that they serve any purpose. Most people who use the DM system, direct message system on Twitch, are using it for harassment purposes or spam or, in some cases, scamming. Oh, click here, and you click there, and the next thing you know, they logged your IP address, right? It's just a mess. So I leave mine off, but if you absolutely want to use them, I strongly recommend that there's an option to turn on that only people on your friends list can direct message you. That's probably the way to go, versus just leaving them on open for anyone to just message you and harass you, okay? Now, in addition, you would be shockingly surprised at how much personal information we probably have, all of us, out on the internet right now. Just on your social media accounts right now, you probably have accounting for your friends, your family members, places you hang out, things you like, maybe where you work. That's all private information made public that can be used against you for online harassment. And before you say, well, why would that happen? There's people out there that just do it because they can. That's how pathetic their lives are, quite frankly. Oh, I could just harass someone anonymously on the internet? Well, I get some kind of feeling of accomplishment by doing that. So let's do it, right? There's no meaning behind it. They don't benefit from it. They just do it because they can, as screwed up as that sounds, okay? So that being said, please, guys, understand that I'm looking out for you. I don't want you to be harassed just because you attend my stream or whatever. So the first thing I'll say is be diligent about what information you put out there. It can be mobilized against you, all right? Number two, if you're thinking of contributing to my stream or any stream on Twitch, I'm going to strongly recommend you do not use any kind of information that has anything whatsoever to do with yourself or your real life persona or your social media accounts. Meaning, if you're going to cheer, if you're going to tip, don't use your real name. See what I'm saying? If you're going to tip in particular, you can tip anonymously. You can actually just say anonymous, or you can make up a name on the stream that has absolutely nothing to do with your real life persona. Make up a name related to the game I'm playing or something, And that way, you stay anonymous. No one can harass you online for your contributions, all right? So, please understand, I'm looking out for you guys. I want you to be safe, and I hope that you guys will, continue to be safe on the internet, all right? Be diligent and be careful with your info. Okay, moving on to the rules segment of the stream, folks. So, first of all, I'm streaming on twitch.tv. That means I need to abide by all the rules and regulations of Twitch as a business. Please understand I can't just say and do whatever I want on my streams. Fair enough? Now, in addition to that, please be aware that in regards to, my streams in particular, I am trying to maintain a certain kind of chill vibe on my streams. So allow me to explain what that means. I want you to be able to come by, excuse me, and hang out with me on my streams and have a good time. And basically, not only see some fun gameplay, see my honest, reactions to whatever I'm playing, interacting with you guys and interacting, with other stream chatters, etc. But I also want you to just be able to kind of unplug from all the stresses of the real world and just sit down and relax and enjoy the game for what it is. We all need a place to come and escape the stresses of the real world right now with what's been going on in the last month and seems to be continuing going on for at least another month in most places with this worldwide pandemic. That's what my goal has been here on the stream, to provide you with that place where you can just unplug and relax, okay? So I certainly hope that I've done a good job with that. But that being said, since that's what I'm trying to do, I have certain rules in place that I feel make this a better place for that, okay? First of all, in regards to two particular topics that I have found are incredibly derailing and don't benefit anyone, I feel that politics and religion are two topics that just don't have a place on my gameplay streams, okay? Over the 11 plus years I've been a content creator, I found that when people talk about these topics in regards to my content, all it does is cause arguments. People get angry with each other. It's just not worth it. It just ends up being a big mess. So please understand that we don't allow open discussion of politics and religion on the stream because it derails everything. Now, that being said, okay, if we have a game here that has political or religious overtones, it's a major part of the game itself, all right? That's different. We could talk about it in context to a game that I'm playing or whatever. That makes sense. But in general, no, please do not just derail the stream with discussions of politics and religion. That's not allowed. All right. Now, in addition, I've expanded this requirement recently with the whole worldwide pandemic going on, the truth of the matter is, folks, we're all well aware of what's going on with it. We're all horrified by it. We're seeing every day the numbers of people affected. And it's like, oh my God. The last thing we need to do is turn this into the coronavirus discussion stream. People are purposely coming here to escape the stresses of real life and not have to be thinking about that constantly. All right? So let's try to keep the discussion of it down to a minimum. I'm certainly not saying we can't discuss it at all. That'd be pretty ridiculous of me to say we can't talk about the biggest thing going on planet Earth in like the last decade. But at the same time, please understand that, you know, we don't want to derail the stream with constant talk of it because it will maybe, you know, bother some people. All right? Fair enough? All right. Now, in addition to that, I'm well aware there are tons of people on the internet that don't like me. On a daily basis, they do incredibly negative things in regards to myself, my family members. They make up crazy conspiracy theories. They insult, they defame, they slander. They do everything they can to make me look bad for personal benefit. And all I want to say is, can you think of the kind of person that the only way that they can actually benefit for themselves or do something for themselves is to hurt somebody else? What kind of a person is that? Can't do anything constructive, can't do anything positive or productive. All they can do is tear down others. That's a certain kind of person, all right? I'm not that kind of person. I'm a person who focuses on positivity, who wants to put out fun gameplay streams for you guys on a daily basis. That's what I'm trying to do. Therefore, I ignore all that negativity about me, okay? There's no point in bringing it up on the streams. All it does is derail the positive vibe that we're trying to have here. And in addition, it gives undue attention to people who literally do not deserve it for being toxic and negative people. So please understand that. And please know that's why we don't bring it up on the streams. It is strictly against the rules. I don't care about any of that crap. We're here to have fun with games, period. Fair enough? Okay, I hope so. Now, let's get to the third and final segment of the pre-stream. This is where we sit down for a while here and we have some fun conversation. I say thank you to those who have contributed. We update the leaderboards a bit, and we basically have some fun interactions before I get to the gameplay. Okay? So starting off, today's first contribution was from Ryan, who did a 101-bit cheer. He said, "Hi, Phil. Congrats on Vest 34. How's your morning going? And also, the new song is awesome." Morning's going pretty good. You know, Jasper, surprisingly enough, did not wake me up this morning. Maybe he was tired for some reason. So I actually got to sleep until my alarm went off for a change, which is rare. Usually Jasper wakes me up early because he wants to get up. But today he did not. And I was able to spend some time with my wife. I was able to have a cup of coffee and just kind of relax a bit. So it was a pretty good start to the day, I must say. And even though certainly I'm not back to 100%, my throat's feeling a little better. I can actually talk, which is good. Unlike the past day where I was completely struggling to even make a peep, at least it sounds like I can actually talk now, okay? So, that's a good thing. But yeah, my morning went pretty well. I hope that your morning went well, Ryan. Thank you for the support. Thanks for the cheer, the first cheer of the day. FL Gibson cheered. It says, "Will you do a Secret of Mana redemption run before Trials of Mana release?" No. Because in reality, I did very well at the entire game. It was an actual, I would call it a game design flaw at the end of the game that screwed me over. So for those of you who did not watch me play Secret of Mana remaster, it's really not a remake. They remastered it. Okay. So, well, here's what happened. I played through the entirety of the game. Did I die a bunch? Yeah, I did, but I enjoyed it for the most part. In fact, I was doing so well at the game, most people complained it wasn't a very entertaining playthrough. You know, the people who are only tuning in to see me rage at a game or whatever, they didn't necessarily like it that much. All right? But there was a game flaw that at the very end of the game auto-saves right before you fight the last boss. Okay? So, the problem with this is that the game locks you into a save file. All right. And I can't 100% remember how the manual saving works in the game. Okay, I just can't. I don't remember off the top of my head how that worked. But I just remember being locked into this autosave right before the boss. Okay? Now, here's the problem. The only way, excuse me, the only way to damage the final boss of the game is to use a special ability that needs mana points, or MP. I went into the final fight without enough MP to kill the boss. So it's a game design flaw. The original game only allows you to hit this final boss with an ability that takes magic points. I didn't have enough magic points to win the fight. So you would think, oh, well, just go back then. You can't. Once you reach this point in the game, you can't go back to get more MP. It's actually impossible. Okay? So once the game auto-saved, there was absolutely no way for me to win the boss fight. Because I had no idea. Again, I'd never beaten this game before. I'd never played it and beaten it through back in the day. Right? So, basically looking at that, I'm like, are you kidding me? And what was I going to do? I wasn't going to replay the game from the start. If I remember correctly, there might have been an opportunity for me to replay hours of gameplay to get back to the end. And at that point, I was just so frustrated. I was like, I'm not doing it anymore. I mean, that was it. The final boss, all you need is MP. You hit it with this ability, it dies, and you see the end. That's the end of the game. It's not like I didn't beat the game. I basically did everything but the final boss fight, and I didn't see the ending. But, it just sucks that they had this game flaw, because the original game didn't have that autosave. So in the original game, you would have the opportunity to go back and get MP again, but the remade version actually had this flaw. Okay? What I'm assuming is that they assume most people playing the game probably already played the original or have knowledge of it. So going into the final fight, you need to have enough MP to beat it. I didn't even know that the final fight was coming. So because of that, I basically screwed myself over. I put myself into a situation that was unbeatable. Which obviously was incredibly frustrating, and I criticized the game, saying, this is bad. It's bad game design. So, will I do a redemption run? No, there's nothing to redeem. I beat the whole game. In fact, that was really the only thing in the whole game that frustrated me. So no, I'm not going to go back and play it again. It is what it is. It sucks that I didn't get to see the ending, but they fucked up the game with the way that they made that autosave. Ashen G Forever, resubscribed for 9 months, says, you're a good streamer, keep streaming. Well, thank you very much, Ashen G Forever. I appreciate that support, a nice message. Thank you for 9 months of support as a sub, and thank you for the positivity. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Snow Carl cheered and said, I wondered this for a long time. Why do you emphasize that you'd only stream in a very limited capacity if it wasn't your job? It makes it sound a bit contradictory. Because if I had a full-time job, I wouldn't have a lot of time to stream. I know from when I used to have a full-time job, guys. Remember, I did YouTube videos for 2.5 years before I got laid off. And then I was able to make a ton of YouTube videos because I had nothing better to do. Before then, I was only putting out about maybe 2 hours of gameplay a day. I think it was like I would come home around 5:36 p.m., eat dinner, and then usually from between the hours of maybe 7:30 to 9:30, 10 o'clock, I would record and I would upload. And then I would have to get ready for sleep because I got to get up for work the next day. So that's the original years that I used to do YouTube videos, 2008, 2009, and 2010. That's what it was. And so if I had to have a full-time job outside of doing this, I would have incredibly limited capacity. Right now, today, I do a major stream that is about 3 to 4 hours of gameplay and usually about an hour of talking with you guys before the stream. So you're talking about a 5+ hour stream. And then at night, the late stream is always around 2 hours of gameplay plus talking and everything. So you're talking 8+ hours a day of streaming. Would be reduced down to maybe 2. Do you see what I'm saying? That would be the difference here. It would be a much reduced capacity. And that's why I say that. I wouldn't want people to think that, Phil's giving up on streaming. He's throwing in the towel. He's abandoning his audience. Very much not the case. I love doing this. I would love to do this for as long as I possibly can. But realistically, how many years can I do this? Are people going to care about when I'm 50 years old and I'm the oldest streamer on the planet still doing it full time? You know what I mean? Realistically, can this happen? I don't know. I doubt it. Maybe it will. Maybe I'm the exception to the rule. I certainly seem to have been the exception to the rule my whole time doing this. Maybe I'll be the exception. I'll be able to do this for the rest of my life. But I certainly doubt it. I think at one point I'm going to have to go out there and find something else to do and balance it with this. And I know that. I fully know that. So we'll see what happens. But that's what I mean by that. All right. What? Doodly Stupid cheered and started talking about stuff. I have no idea what the hell you're talking about. Whatever. Jax Raxer, ladies and gentlemen, tipped me $100. $100. Thank you, Jax Raxer. You're the first tipper of the day. And in one tip, we have reached the tips goal. That is amazing. Let me read this guy's message because that is outstanding and so supportive. Thank you, man. And that means we hit the vestry before we even started. Holy crap. That's crazy. Well, every day I'm still doing this and it's crazy. I mean, this is nuts. All right. Jax Raxer tipped me $100. And he said, I've been a fan of yours since late 2008. Your content is fun to watch. Keep up the good work. P.S. On your last Final Fantasy VII Remake session, you upgraded Aerith's silver staff, not the guard stick. Oh, shit. Well, that makes a lot of sense. That's why you didn't see an extra materia slot. You upgraded the wrong weapon. Well, all right. Fair enough. Thank you for telling me, because now I'll go upgrade the guard stick. That's what I screwed up. All right, thank you. Because at the time I asked everyone, I was like, I don't understand what happened, and no one really answered. Then again, I'll be honest, 2 days ago, people were really trolling the shit out of me. Like, it was really fucking annoying. I was suffering through losing my voice, and you had people trolling me on this fucking stream. That was really frustrating me. So it was kind of hard to concentrate regardless. Probably why I made the stupid mistake, right? So, thank you to Jax Raxer. That is amazingly positive and outstanding. First of all, thank you for being such a long-standing supporter. I mean, you say you're being around since 2008. That's remarkable. Last night, someone actually asked on the stream, I wonder how many people still watch Phil's content from, like, the beginning. I guess you're probably one of the few. Because here's the thing. I understand that over the years, people move on. You might have watched something at one point you really enjoyed, but then you mature, you move on, you do other stuff, right? I'm of the same vein. I used to love it. Angry Video Game Nerd and Nostalgia Critic. And I watched their stuff hardcore for a few years, loved everything they put out, watched the shit out of it. And then when I became a content creator, that all went down the toilet. I don't watch their stuff anymore. So I understand that people move on. But thank you for being here for so long, and thank you for that overwhelming support. Thank you, Jax Raxer. That means, yes, the vest. I will be wearing the vest as soon as we start with gameplay. Okay, Papa Neeks subscribed to the channel for 2 months. Thank you very much, Papa Neeks. I appreciate that. It's actually funny, a few people now are saying, like, Nihilistic Goldfish says, I've been watching since 2018. Madara's God said, I've been watching since 2010. Everyone has a different story. Everyone has a different perspective of when maybe they jumped on and started watching my content. It's pretty amazing. Being around as long as I have, I have a pretty different story from most other, content creators of how people have joined me at various times of my creation. And it's pretty awesome to see people sharing that. Thank you. Okay. So, Papa Neeks, thank you very much for the 2 months of support. Appreciate that. Charles Lemillion cheers is the vest from the get-go to protect you and bless you upon entrance into the honeybee, my lord. Yes, as I said, today will be a very cringeworthy, annoying segment for me of the game. I will explain why when we get to it. I'm sure you'll understand why once I explain. So, alrighty then, let's continue. Snow Carl. Excuse me. Snow Carl just cheered and said, there's a Swedish granny who streams WoW, I guess World of Warcraft, 5 days a week. She's been for a few years now. I think she's 70 plus, still putting out fun and positive content. If you still enjoy it, I think you can keep doing it. I guess we'll see. I certainly don't think, just like everything, I think the bubble will burst and things will change. When I started on YouTube, it was like the sky's the limit. And then over the years, you saw YouTube degrade and go downhill. And you're like, oh my God. At least I can tell you guys this. With Twitch TV, in the 3 years that I've been a positive content creator and full-time streamer here, I really haven't seen many negatives at all. Negative changes or anything. In reality, when you rely on crowdfunding, meaning people supporting you, versus a business operating and paying you, it's a big different thing. You know what I mean? Like, you guys crowdfunding, as long as I'm putting out positive and fun content, it seems people are positive and fun and come and support that content. I don't have to worry about, oh no, what did YouTube screw up behind the scenes today that now I don't get paid for the hard work that I did, right? And I'm grateful for that every day, that it's about you guys supporting and not about some major conglomerate corporation fucking everything up, which is exactly what happened on YouTube over the years. Twitch hasn't really screwed anything up. You know what I mean? Like, you think, what were the major things they did wrong? No, I can't think of a single one. Once I got in line with their new code of conduct, everything's been fine. I don't have really a single complaint. If anything, the one improvement suggestion that I have is I wish they would let me stream at a higher bandwidth. I want to stream around 9,000 kilobits per second. If I could do 1080p, 60 frames per second video for you guys, which I know you guys want, but they won't let me do it. They still limit me to that 6,500 quality. And because of that, I have to do like 30 frames. I can't up the quality of my streams. That's the one major criticism I have of Twitch. Outside of that, I'm perfectly happy with everything here, So, okay. Philly Bug Guy cheers it. Who knows? Maybe you'll be streaming Fortnite 3 and GTA 9 in 20 years. Who knows? You're right. Who knows? Nobody knows, right? No one knows what to expect. That's it. All right, let's continue. Shout out to the following people who are the top cheerers of the week. Snow Carl is in 10th place. Mr. Papavera is in 9th place. Nin Star Rune is 8th place. Golden Nobles, 7th place. Big D's, 6th. Tinnick Bend, 5th place. We have a tie for 3rd between Shadow the Hedgehog and Dino Sword. Or Dinosaur. It could be Dinosaur. 2nd place is Pepsi Sniffer. And 1st place, Ryan. Thank you guys so much for all the cheering support this week. Also, thank you to the following people who all gifted subscriptions to the channel this week. Alfred Aponte, Chicken Parmist the Bomb. Oh, Chicken Parm is the bomb. Oh my God. I'm an idiot. Chicken Parm is the bomb, not Chicken Parmist the Bomb. Oh my God. Wet Cold Steel, D-Train 12, Zubat Lel. All those people just gifted a single subscription to the channel this week. Elon Jusk gifted 2 subscriptions to the channel this week. Beast Bod gifted 4 subscriptions to the channel this week. And Star Saint Mark gifted 10 subscriptions so far this week. That is pretty amazing. So thank you for that support, guys. All right, I think we've done everything. I think we've hit upon everything. What we'll do here, I guess, is take a brief... Oh, hold on. A cheer just came in. Oh, so Doodly Stupid is openly admitting that he's Doodly Dread and he's ban evading. That's interesting. Very interesting. Now, how do I take this information? Here's someone who actively trolled, annoyed me, broke stream rules, got banned, has been trying to get unbanned for about 2 days now, and I'm mulling over in my head, should I or should I not? In fact, I've actually considered talking to my stream staff about this, about, what do you guys think about this guy, and should I unban him or not, right? He now admits that he's come back and ban evaded. It's very interesting. Perhaps I should read his apology email again. Let me see here. Oh my God. I just don't know, guys. I just don't know anymore. Seriously, like, do I groan? Do I cringe? Do I shake my head? How do I respond to this? Anyway, Gene Quagmire has resubscribed for 5 months. Thank you very much, Gene Quagmire, for a 5-month resub and 5 months of support. All right, here, I'm going to go use the bathroom. All right, I got to use the bathroom. I'll be back in a few minutes. We'll resume with Final Fantasy VII, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, thanks for all your support. Holy crap, thank you, Jax Raxer, who, with this one tip, we immediately hit the vest goal. Thank you for that. I'll be right back, guys. Thanks for the support. See you in a few.